Hi everybody, welcome to the fall 2021 semester of Business Law. I wanted to take this opportunity to make a welcome video for you so I could introduce myself, show you around our Blackboard site, show you how to find everything, tell you a little bit about the class, and hopefully answer some preliminary questions you might have. So first, I just want to say welcome. Welcome to Business Law and welcome to Middlesex if it's your first semester here. My name is Hallie Sugarman and I'm the Director of Paralegal Studies program here at Middlesex Community College. I know that many of you are taking this class because you are a business major at Middlesex, and I welcome you to the class of business law, which I know is a required course to complete many of our business degrees. But I also know we have some students in the class who are paralegal students, so of course I welcome you to this class as well. So I love teaching business law. It's something new and different every semester, and I just really look forward to getting to know all of you, even in this remote and virtual environment. I promise we will have a lot of in-class, and yes, that means discussion board discussions. We will have a lot of opportunity to discuss the law. It's not a boring topic. There's always something happening in the world of the law that impacts us in our daily lives, in our working lives, in our business lives. And so part of the work we'll do this semester is connect what's happening in the law that seems like it's remote from us to our daily lives. And through that, we will have a lot of opportunity to talk about it. So just a little bit about how the class is organized. If you're watching this video, you're already in a good place. You are in our class. You are on our Blackboard site. Middlesex uses Blackboard as, the fancy word is learning management system. But basically, it's a way to find everything for you need for this class is right here. As you know, or hopefully you know, this class is what's called asynchronous online. That means we don't meet on campus, nor do we have any scheduled times to meet during the week, like a live Zoom. We do have some classes at Middlesex that are running that way, but not this class. That means that all the work that you do in this class, all the reading, all the homework, all the listening to me talk, and yes, I promise there are more videos of me throughout the semester talking with you, not just at you, but with you, you will do on your own time. That means this class is really flexible. If you have other obligations like other classes or work or family or whatever else you like to do even for fun, you can make this class fit into your schedule wherever it fits. However, it does mean that you still have to budget the time each week to make time to take care of the work for this class. There are still deadlines, and I'll talk to you about those in just a minute. The deadlines are pretty consistent each week, so that means you can get into a rhythm each week of when you'd like to do the work for the class. So what that means is figure out your schedule week to week, day to day, and just make sure you carve out that time every week to do your work for this class. It's sometimes easy to forget that we're here. I'm right here behind you, on the other side of the screen when we don't have like a designated time that we need to meet. So just check in regularly. And by that, I also mean, even if you think I don't have a lot of time to do work on business law today, still check your Middlesex email and still log into Blackboard, hop onto the discussion board and see what's happening. That way you stay active and engaged and you're here with us the whole time. Okay, so I just want to mention one other thing before I get started. These videos are great. I love the opportunity for you to see what I look like hiding out in my basement making videos, but I also want to just let you know that this system that I use called Screencast-O-Matic, it only lets me record up to 15 minutes at a time for free. So it's possible that this welcome video might turn into 2 videos if I don't finish everything that I want to discuss with you. So just so you know, when I get to about 14.5 minutes, I usually stop there, upload video number 1, and then I'll make video number 2. Okay, just a little bit about the organization of this class and how Blackboard works. Especially if you haven't taken a class like this before, this is a good time to really focus in on how to find everything. If you've already taken asynchronous classes, this hopefully will be a review for you, but also an opportunity to see how I organize my class. Every important link for you is going to be here on the left-hand side of the page. there's a link for something called announcements. If you click on that, well, if I click on it now, there's no announcements there. That's because I haven't sent one to you yet. But as soon as these videos are uploaded, I will be sending a video to you all. And I will send probably a weekly announcement, just letting you know this is what's coming up for the upcoming week, the deadlines, just a reminder of where we are. I also can use the announcements as any opportunity just to let you know anything that's happening in Middlesex generally. Again, there's not an opportunity to see you in person, so by sending out an announcement, it's my way of just touching base with you throughout this semester about what's happening. Obviously, you already here under Start Here, read this first. If you click under Syllabus and Course Information, there will be a link for something called your syllabus. This is a kind of a long document, but it basically sets out for you exactly how the class will operate. There's a breakdown of all the work that we will cover week to week, so you can see exactly what to expect every week. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I will stay exactly to the syllabus. You can expect these deadlines and these topics that are listed in the syllabus to stay pretty true all semester. The syllabus also has our grading breakdown. There's a lot of opportunities to earn points in this class. This is not a class where you will sit with me online all semester and take one exam at the end of the class. There's a mix of types of projects and work in this class, and I like to do that not only because I think it's interesting, but also people excel in different areas. So take a look at the syllabus and see the amount of work for each week. There will be something due every week of the semester. I'll go over that in a little bit, but just to give you a brief overview, there are weekly discussion boards, and you can see there's a link to discussion board right here on the left. You can also get to the discussion board through the weekly unit. Your discussion boards, those are our in-class discussions. The law is really not boring. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And so there's a lot for us to discuss each week. Each discussion board is worth 10 points in the class. For each week, So you have to post and you must respond to at least one classmate. I'll go over the schedule in a minute, but just make sure you do that every week. It's an easy way to not only earn points in the class, but also it makes the material kind of come alive and relevant to you. Not every week, but throughout the semester, I also give out 10 assignments that are called legal news assignments. These are also smaller assignments, and it's an opportunity for you to connect what we're learning in class to something happening in the community legally. Here's a really easy example. You guys may have heard that there's something out there called the pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19. It's something we're all still living with. But you've also probably heard that there's a lot of legal issues related to COVID. Even something like, does the government have the power to issue a mask mandate for businesses or schools? Or what happens if an employee does not want to take a vaccination and gets fired from her job? Is that a legal issue? Does the employer have the right to terminate somebody for not taking a COVID-19 vaccine? Or what about somebody who goes to work and gets COVID at work? Can she sue her employer? These are just a few legal issues surrounding something really timely for us that connect to topics like employment law, torts, contracts. So we can very easily connect what's happening in the news to our business law topics, and your 10 legal news assignments that happen all semester is the opportunity to do that. There's also a few larger assignments, including 3 exams. I'll tell you more about those as we go through the semester, but the semester is broken down into 3 really big topics, and there's a test after the end of each topic, and then there's a couple projects throughout the semester. I promise it's all manageable, but it's all just tied to whatever we're doing in class, and you'll have more than enough time to do each assignment. It's not ever my job to trick you or not give you enough time to do the work, especially projects you'll have more time to work on than just a week. Okay. Anyway, what I would like you to do is print out the syllabus. No, you don't have to print it. I take that back. Just look at it, read it. You can certainly print it to refer back to it. If not, save it on your desktop, on your tablet, however you use this class, and take a look and read it. I do want to make sure you don't just look at the schedule of what we're doing, but also take a look at the guidelines for the class. I know it seems like a lot. I am a lawyer. I think rules and guidelines are really important. I want to make sure you look at the late policy. Take a look at the section also called plagiarism. I do want to spend a minute talking about that. I know that we're all online all the time and that Google is our best friend when it comes to looking up information. Believe me, I also love Google. But I'm going to ask something of you in this class. When it comes time to working on a project, a homework assignment, a test, please try not to use Google unless I specifically tell you to use Google to look something up. You have a book in this class. It's right here under your textbook is here, and we'll talk about that probably in the next video, how to access your textbook. I've also made a number of videos and PowerPoints for you to discuss the law. There should be no reason on a test, for example, that you need to Google an answer. I've had students do that, and you will probably find the wrong information. And I do know if you just cut and paste something from the internet into an exam and expect that to be the answer for the question, that's really going to be a problem for two reasons. Number one, that's plagiarism, meaning you're taking somebody else's work. And number two, it's often not the correct answer because we talk about something specific in this class, either from the textbook or from my recordings or a discussion board. And that's where you should get the information from. So a couple of times during this semester, I will tell you to use Google as part of your research, and then I will expect you to cite your sources accordingly if you find the information somewhere else. But otherwise, stay with us here in class. That's what you're here for. You didn't need me just to look stuff up on Google. I promise it'll be worth your while. Okay. The other thing I want to mention while we're here on this page is how to find me. Because it's still the pandemic, I won't be on campus every day like I usually am when it's not the pandemic, but I am here. So please use email as a way to reach me. That's the best way to get connected with me. I'm happy to set up a Zoom, a phone call, and if it's safe and convenient to do so, I can also meet you on campus. There's also a discussion board down here under I have a question. If you ever have a question about the course, a link isn't working, you couldn't find something, feel free to go to here where it says I have a question, and you can post your question right into a discussion board that everybody can see. And then other classmates might be able to point you in the right direction, and I also hop on and read it pretty regularly. So just because we don't meet it in person doesn't mean you can't find me, ask me questions, get to know me, really anything. I'm here, I'm a resource for you, not just your professor, but I'm happy to help you navigate something at MCC, whatever might come up. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the syllabus. I want to just jump down here. I've got a couple more minutes until this video. I told you it's only 15 minutes. We'll cut off. But if you jump down here to something called weekly units, this is where you're going to be spending most of your time in the class. Every week of the semester is a new unit of material, with the exception of a 2-week unit later in the semester over Thanksgiving weekend, because that's such a short week anyway. So you'll see these look like little folders, these little icons, and that's by design because there's a folder for each week. You might notice that you can already see Unit 1 and Unit 2. It is my policy to always offer one unit ahead. For example, we're starting this week, the week of September 9th. Classes start on a Thursday. This is down here, Unit 2 is next week's unit. If you want to move ahead and work one unit ahead, you are able to. It is not required. All the deadlines stay in the current unit, and that's where I will be. But if, for example, you have like a busy week coming up in your personal life next week and you want to work ahead a little bit, go ahead. What this means is each week of the semester, new units will appear. So by next Monday, by September 13th, you will already see Unit 3, which begins the week of September 20th. All right, I see that I'm, like I promised, at 14.5 minutes. When I come back onto video number 2, please join me there. I'm going to open Unit 1 and go through how each unit is organized, how you can access PowerPoints, the discussion board, and your assignments, all contained within the units. And we'll talk about how to access your textbook as well. Okay, see you on video number 2.